Hi all, Cynthia here from MB Pretty Papers, back today with a Traveller's Notebook layout. I've pulled out the 6x6 paper pad here from Kaiser Craft Star Gazer collection, and I also have the collectibles. I'll be using pretty much, that's the only embellishments I use is from this collection. I also have the cut file here, which is from the Wild Hair kits. I received that in October in addition to my petite kit. If you get a deluxe kit from the Wild Hair kits, you automatically get the cut file. But if you get the petite kit, you need to order it or ask for it specifically. So what am I doing? I'm going to use this little cut apart sheet there to back the open spaces of the cut file. And I'm just going through to see if there's anything else I could use. I have this photo of our son and our dog laying on the hallway floor. Now this is the daily distraction. So every morning when we're getting ready for school and we're meant to be doing our hair or doing our teeth or feeding the animals or doing something or other, I turn around and find him on the ground playing with his dog. So hence the title of this page is called Daily Distraction. So I back that with some of this gorgeous dark blue, you'd say navy blue and gold foiled paper. And now I'm working on actually putting these little cut aparts into this backing file. I don't think I make you watch me do all that. There you go. I've cut them all out and just doing the last one now. So I've got roughly how I want them to look. I struggle for a while and ultimately I decide, I think it's because I have the photo here on the right hand page, and even though there's no actual face in the photo, his body is facing towards the right, and that's sort of throwing me off. So he's sort of looking and facing out of the page. So I fiddle around for a little while, but ultimately I swap the two of these around. I put the photo on the left hand page and the cut file on the right hand page. I love the way that cut file looks with those squares, or the shapes I should say, not squares, definitely not a square, how they look with all the bits backing them. Just backing this last one, I decided that I would also use this beautiful paper to back this one. So I'll have the majority, my plan at the moment is to have the majority of them on the left hand page and just these two on the right, but you'll see I'll mix it up as I go. Finger tapped for a while, decided that's it, I just need to stick it down and get it done, and so I line it up to make it look right, and putting that down. Then I'm going to try to work on this page. It's still not feeling the love, but I do come back in here and see what I can do. I pull out the 6x6 paper pad again and think, okay, I need to put some pattern paper on this side, quite like this wood grain blue, and deciding whether I want to back the photo again on another piece of paper, and I like that white wood grain, and it is the two that I decide to use in the end. But first off, I'm thinking about pulling out this couple of these border strips here and seeing whether I can use them on top or on the bottom of the paper, just to make it give some interest. I'm really struggling with this page, and as I said earlier, I don't realise why I'm struggling, but nothing's just feeling quite right for me. So I do a lot of messing around before I finally realise what the problem is. decided that I want that more centered so I get some more of those wood board texture behind the photo. And then I trim most of it off, as you do. Just going to trim it down a little bit more. Quite liking that. Liking the way the photo really stands off the page. I deliberately chose blue as the colour for this one because I thought, well, how can the photo itself has a lot of yellowy, light brown, tanny tones to it. And I thought about making it black and white, but it just didn't look quite right in black and white. And it was such an unusual colour to be working with. But I've decided that using blue would really make it contrast against that colour, and I'm not going to try to incorporate the colours of the photo at all. And this is where I've decided I'm going to mix it up. Thought that I wanted this wood grain to be facing the opposite way as well, but I don't. I do want it to be horizontal, but I have changed this one to be vertical. I trim it down. I think I just trim it a little bit too much. I go, uh-oh, not quite what I was looking for, so I throw that away and get another sheet of it. And this time I make sure I trim it correctly. Just making it a little bit narrower. I don't want it to be the full width. And then I'll stick that down. And this time I'll stick it down and then trim off the excess to make sure it's the right. And there we go, tidying up. I've got little bits of paper everywhere, so I just need to straighten the desk up, otherwise my mind becomes cluttered and I just can't work. I like a reasonably tidy workspace. Now, just fiddling around with these couple of bits and decide I'm just going to go through the ephemera pack here to see what I can use, and this is when it all starts to come together. I'll pull out a couple of pieces here, and I like these florals, but I don't put them up there. Going to sit them down the bottom. Tuck that little piece in there. I do move that slightly in the end. And once I put that circle down there, I really like the way that looks, and that's when I feel like it's starting to come together. Keep going through and pull out some more of these leaves and floral pieces and tuck them throughout the spread. And thought I might use that one over there, but I don't use it. I don't know whether it goes on the page at all in the end. Go back to find a couple more of those circle pieces, elements, as I have one there on the right-hand page, and I'm thinking about maybe putting a couple more. So I go through to see what I like, and there we go. I put 3 of those down. And that circle is sort of repeated there on the left-hand page where I have that moon that says I love you. That kind of repeats that pattern. So it brings a little bit of cohesiveness to the 2 pages. Going to come in and get my title. I knew from the beginning that I wanted to call this Daily Distraction. As soon as I took the photo, I knew what it was going to be. So I've gone into my letters here. These are black and gold. I don't mind mixing black and gold. I think some of the elements are that dark that they're nearly black anyway. So I'm happy to put those on there. I just shuffle them around for a little while, decide where I'm going to put them, and I do decide to put them here. Once again, I don't make you watch me do the whole lot. I just put a little strip of glue down and then stick these tile stickers on top of them just to help them stay down long term. Decided I'm going to use this little empty box here for my journaling. Once again, I cut away from that as I put my head right over the page, and I have bed head, so you really didn't want to see that. Do come back in and put one of those border strips on the top. I quite like the way that looks. I go with that one in the end. and I don't do too much more. I come in and add some navy, I think it's called navy, yeah, navy Heidi Swap Colour Shine. I sprinkle that around, date it, and I am all done. If you like the process, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I love reading your comment. I will ensure that I answer it. And there we go, just sprinkling that around, trying not to get it on the photos. Some close-up photos coming up at the end, so stay tuned for those. And until next time, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, or a lovely month, and I will catch you on the next video. Until then, bye.